Okay, students, then let's get started. Now, as we are new for this, I wanted to start with first unit. Okay, now we'll get started with first unit because that is easy. Fine. So, give me a minute. Let me get started. Okay, so as you know, now what are we studying today? What is the subject we are studying? Science? What is the subject, guys? Because there might be science stream students also. Let's go and check what's actually happening. No? Right? What are the streams? Only commerce, no? Right? Okay. So, what is the subject we are doing today? We are doing business studies. So, what is business studies basically, guys? Business studies mean it's all about the business, no? Right? So, in today's world, mostly including girls, boys, everyone does business, no? That is an important thing. Business is a ideology. Now, mostly everyone start business. Now, mostly people think, okay, I do business, so why do I need this education qualification, business studies, management? Why do we need those? I'm just going to anyway start business. No, some anyway go in education sector. Some don't have that perspective because they have that inheritance, business, they go ahead. But one thing I am saying, just think, you know everything about the business, the competition, the external environment, the internal environment, how the business runs, every single, with that knowledge you are jumping for the business. Just think about your particular capacity, guys. Mostly we think this business studies we are studying for advanced level, that's not important. Most boys I have seen their perspectives like that. Let me say one thing, with this all knowledge, stakeholders, how to deal with customers, with all this respective knowledge you are jumping for the business, let's assume basically that is a property for you all, no? Right? It's the biggest asset you can have. So that's the thing. Today, we will be learning the first unit of business studies, grade 12. It's all about what it includes. It includes all about business, who are the stakeholders, why do we have a concept called business, what is a need, want, the characteristic of need, every single thing, and environment, those basic things you will be learning in the first unit. Okay, students, fine. Okay, we got some responses. Tamil medium. The thing is, this is an English medium class, advanced level English medium class. So if you are a Tamil medium student, the tunes and everything, I don't think so. It's available in Tamil. Okay, students, let's get started. Now, yeah. Now tell me, what do you know about business? So far, you might heard, no, some students are good at memorizing. If I ask a student what is business, they, give a list of description. If I ask what it is logically, they don't have a clue. So normally you might have something memorized in your brain, no? Yeah, you can spit it. Anyone out there who can type or anything, can you tell me? Any students? Economy, yes. Good, good. Any other? Only one student. Any other students who's coming forward? Teacher, I know the answer. This is what I learned. Any student? I'll be happy to get responses, to be honest. Tamil medium, I don't know. You better ask with the institute. They might have, I guess. Okay, can I get responses? So far, what you will have consumed? Business can make. This is only business. Any responses? I'll appreciate if you all could engage in the class because it can't be a movie, right? You just see me, what I'm explaining and, closing the laptop. That doesn't work. There should be an engagement. Any students? No responses, no. You all can text and tell, teacher, this is what business is. So far, this is what I have learned. Okay, let me come to the point. All the activities related to production, distribution, selling of goods and services with a profit motive in order to satisfy human needs and wants can be generally be defined as business. Okay, there are business which fulfill needs and wants without a profit motive. Okay, now what are they saying? They are telling, what is business? Production should happen, distribution should happen, selling should happen. Okay, it can be goods or services. Now, I ask my all students to learn with logic. To learn with logic. That is very important. Just learning the definition won't happen, right? So how many definitions you going to learn? Business 13 syllabuses are there. So understand it with logic. Now all the activities related to production, distribution, selling of goods and services. Okay. So mostly you all can ask, teacher, you're saying no, production, distribution, selling happens. But I can see our particular uncle, retail uncle, he is not doing production, no. At least he is doing selling of goods and services, no, right? So you don't need to necessarily have all these three. At least one you should do. So then that is business, okay? With the profit motive. Now this is wrong actually, not a profit motive, with the common motive. Common motive is very important in order to satisfy human needs and wants. Why do we have business, guys? Tell me. Let's assume we are aliens. We are all aliens. Okay, we don't either get particularly anything. Let's assume, okay, we are not getting hungry. We don't necessarily need anything. Do you think we need business? Do you think we are aliens? No, we don't have a need or want. So we don't need any business. No, the McDonald's, Pizza Hut, they need to close down the business. Why? They don't, we don't need them. So based on our need and want, only the business is there. If our need and want is not there, we are alien, let's assume. There won't be a single business. Okay. So mostly business are there to satisfy our needs and wants. Okay. Now three things we learned so far. Production, distribution, selling should happen. Okay. Secondly, common motive should be there. Thirdly, satisfying needs and wants should be there. So at least these three things should be there in a business. Okay, now done. Now this is the given definition in the tute. No, I have my favorite definition. What is it? One student told, no, business is an economic activity which fulfill human needs and wants to. Yes, a business is an economic activity which fulfill human needs and wants only. Why? What is mean by economic activity, guys? One student told me, teacher, it's economic activity. What is economic activity? Guys, what is economic activity? Any idea? What do you all think? Economic activity mean this. Any idea, students? You all okay, no? You all can hear me, right? Doing production. No, economic activity means not that. Now, production, distribution, selling should happen. What is the term that you could give for economic activity? Now, this is my favorite definition. You can go ahead with these definitions too. A business is an economic activity which fulfill human needs and wants. Practically okay. You all can go ahead with that definition too. It's not an issue. Can you all tell me what is this particular thing? What is this economic activity means? What do you all think? Economy activity. Any student? I'm waiting for the answer actually. Any students? Buying and selling. Hmm. Okay, good, good, good. Try actually. Fulfilling the unlimited wants with the limited resources. Okay, I could possibly say this student is an econ student. Yes, okay. Any other? Any other students? No idea. Economy activity mean with money. Unless you give money, there won't be a business. That is obviously seen, no, guys. In today's world, if you go for anything, anything is money, right? Now, without money, let's say you all know the dansal, right? No, for dansal, it's not an economic activity, right? It's not a business. They just give only, right? But business mean it's an economic activity. Why? Cash should be there. Okay. So you go, you get hungry. Okay. Where you go? For Apiko, right? Apiko, Kagis, and you give money. What he will give? Good, no? Clear? So, economic activity mean what? Any idea now? Any student got? Okay. Did you all understand, guys, what is economic activity? Students, you all got it now? You all can hear me now? You all got it, right? What is an economy activity? Economy activity means with the use of money. You go, you get hungry, you go for Apico, Kagyos, wherever it is. You take a biscuit packet. You just can't take that and come. No, what you should give? You should give money. So anything, wherever it is, it's an economy activity. It's a business. Why? Economy activity which fulfill human needs and wants. Yeah, no? Right? We know Pizza Hut is a business. We know McDonald's. Everything is a business. Why? You get hungry. You have a need. Okay. You want pizza. You want. You go there. You get it. You can't come just. You need to pay in cash. So that is what economy activity. The business is an economic activity. If you think economy activity mean, make sure to put in your mind, cash, cash. Okay. It's an economy activity which satisfy human needs and wants. Yeah, no, if we are alien, we don't need business, no, right? Because of a need and want only, the business is there. Did you understand, students, the concept? Tell me, is there anyone who didn't understand? Now, actually, if you are concentrated, obviously you will get what I said. Okay, no problem. If there are any students who didn't get what I said, any students? All got what I said, no? Better rename, guys. Okay, so all done, right? So now you got an idea. These days I just memorize, no man. Now only I know what is business. It's an economy activity, cash oriented, which satisfy human needs and wants. So now only you all got the relevant point. Earlier everyone memorized. That's the obvious thing, right? Okay. Now what is she talking about the need and want that the business satisfy? What is this need? Okay. Need mean a physical and mental condition which is compulsory to fulfill for the existence. I'll say one thing, guys. Without the need, you can't live. I'll agree 100%. That's the obvious thing. We have two types of need. One is physical need, another one is mental need. Okay. Physical need means for our body. Food, clothes, house, education. Earlier, education was not a need. Now, education, health, communication, everything is a need. Now education is not there. I mean, you are completely seen as a dead person. For the existence you need. So need mean for the existence, it should be compulsory to be fulfilled. That is physical need, food, clothing, house, and all those stuff. Okay. So for the existence, you definitely need it. Mental conditions. Now that love, security, and those things you can't expect from a business. No. So we are taking that part away. So physical needs. We are talking only about the physical needs, which is mandatory to be satisfied. Okay. Are we okay with that, guys? All understood, no? Yeah. Okay. Fine. So that is the part. So I hope you all got it, no? Need. Okay, now she's talking about the compulsory requirement. Now I'll say an example, guys. Now you all fighting with your parents, no, for anything. You all say, I want eat for today, and you go. How many days you can be? Without food, you can't be, no? Right? It's a compulsory requirements, right? Without food, you can't be. It's your compulsory requirement. So after even 2 hours, 3 hours, not 2 hours actually, two meals you can skip. Third one you can't because it's a complete requirement for your existence. Now education also same like that. It's a mandatory requirement for every child. So like that, it's not unlimited, actually very limited. You can count this amount. Okay, so these are the set of needs that must be satisfied in order for the existence. If you don't get these things, we are dead. Okay, that's the part. Wants. What are wants, guys? What do y'all think wants? Wants kya name on other? Any idea? What have you all heard so far about wants? Wants kya name hai? Any idea, guys? Desires. Good. Okay. Now wants mean different ways of satisfying the needs. Easy, no? Now we all know that food is a must requirement, no? So it's a Yeah, different ways, of course. Good. Okay. Now, food is compulsory. Without food, you can't. Of course, every human being, food is necessary. But want me different ways of satisfying it. Okay, food again need the mind. Actually, if you are not getting food, definitely not possible for exist. Okay, that is a practical, understandable point. What is want? Different ways of satisfying. No, different ways. Now, food everyone needs. I will always eat pasta. You might eat pizza. Other person might eat bread. Right? So different ways of our satisfaction. Right? Food is the requirements. Unless we eat all of them, we don't have food, we will die. Wants, different ways of satisfying the need. So that is what wants mean. Clear, students? Different ways of satisfaction. Clear? Okay, fine. Now we have some of the examples too. Good. Okay. Now, there are, you all don't need to jump for the conclusions soon. Okay, we have some examples too, no worries. Now, here see food, rice, bread, cloth. So, education. I said education is must. Okay, I didn't say necessarily you should have, you should be good at, science, maths, or business, anything. You should have an education. That's all. I didn't say you should be good at this only. So education is must. You can have any sort of education. So that's the part. Health, communication, right? So everything is a need for us. Okay. Now what are the difference between the need and want, guys? Now if you ask me, like, what is the difference that I could give for needs and wants? Needs are limited, right? So you can count that need. Need is very limited. Yeah, communication, entertainment, everything comes because without that also you can't live, right? So that is limited. You can count. Wants are unlimited. Okay, I'll say an example. Now, earlier, wants are different ways of satisfaction. No, earlier we actually had a soap to wash the face. No, right? Best example. I'm grabbing some of the best example. We just had only soap. Now what happened? We have a set of routine. No, we have the sunscreen and we have the moisturizer. That and this around 10 to 20, 50 people go. Why? Because it's our want, right? So wants mean without having it you won't die, right? Need mean it's compulsory requirements. So needs are limited, wants are unlimited. Okay, another example I can say, when it comes to food, if you food, you should definitely go for a restaurant, eat something for your tummy. It's, it's asking for food, you need to eat, food is needed. But you go search for food, bunnies, there, whatever the option, you go and eat. So that is unlimited. No, like any choice you could go with is a pizza or biryani, whatever it is. So it's unlimited, your choice depends, but food only needed. Okay, it's limited. Clear, guys? Did you all understand it? Am I clear? Okay, next one, common to every person. Now even president gets hungry, guys. Even our president gets hungry, he also need food. Even we guys gets hungry, right? Even we need food, it's common to every human being. But he might be all 3 times eat pizza. We can't afford that. No, let's go, we will eat bread or rice, right? So differ person to person, wants differ to person. Essential for the survival. Yeah, food, education, clothing, those are essential for the survival. Other one, wants not essential for the survival. Just because you didn't need pizza you won't die, right? No, so it just depends. Cannot be created by businessmen. Okay, now wants can't be created by businessmen. Okay, businessman can't say like, without using my product you won't live. That's not practical, right? So actually some people say, like, without you I won't live. No, that is not practical thing. There are certain things as need, without that only you can't live. So businessman can't create need, he can necessarily create want. Why? Tomorrow he will say, we have a new product. Now there was a scene, like that ice cream kottu, there was a scene, that was a recent addiction, right? They just, that is what business do. Business won't just be on one product. If you take, firstly they will come with one product. As soon as they are comfortable with the market, they put new products. So they create wants. No, if you want clothes, no, you will buy whatever the products available, right? So that is what businessmen are doing. They are creating want. Okay, they are creating, you need this, you need this one, you need this shower gel, you need this hair gel. They are creating, but they can't necessarily create need. Cannot be changed by social forces. Okay, this is a funniest thing also, no, right? Just because your let's say environment forces, let's say your mother or anyone can beat you for not to eat. No, no, not possible, right? So social forces in any way, any let's say legal forces, any forces cannot stop your need, whereas they can stop your want. No, social forces can stop. Now let's say you always wanted a pizza, your mother can slap you and say no, no, right? So that is possible. Want ekada possible, need ekada they can't do anything. Education or anything, nobody has the right to, even the social forces can't change it. Okay, when it comes to wants, any social forces can change. Now let's say, now even our economical force depends, no, in wants, right? We need food, that is need, but the economical forces change, right, for what we consume, right? Clear? Guys, did you understand the difference? All clear then? Okay, good, good, fine. Let's come to the next part. Good. Products. Products. What do you all think about products, guys? What do you all think about products? Any idea? Guys, what do you all think about products? What is product? Products are goods and services. Okay. Any other students? Now, let me tell one thing. Now, in grade 12, you should know what is product means, goods or services. But product, what you learn in 13, on the marketing part is different. The basic knowledge, good, you should have goods. Goods and services will not be only the example for product. Why? Now, I'll say an example, but this is an additional point, guys. Now, why are you going for this one, circus? Or, stand-up comedies? Why do we go there? Okay, guys, now we are going for stand-up comedies and all the stuff. No. Why are we normally going there? To get any goods or service? No, right? We are normally going for stand-up comedies. The main reason is why? Entertainment. No goods or services. So for now, you should know products mean only goods or services. But in 13, you will definitely have a separate knowledge about it. Okay. Now, products mean anything offered to market. Okay. Products means what? Anything offered to market which satisfy human needs and wants. Okay. Anything offered to the market which satisfy human needs and wants. Now, what is market, guys? Any idea about market, students? Good. Now, many people say market is any place where, yes. Now, I will say market is any place or a situation. Why? Nowadays, we are buying things, no, guys. Are we seeing who is the seller is? Are we directly going and seeing the seller and this person now? Earlier, it was the same. We go for the place, we see the seller, we see, talk to him and get. Nowadays, are we getting the things by seeing the seller? Are we seeing him? Do we have anything like that? Nowadays, is the situation works like that? Okay, my question is if, okay, now currently are we having the old situation where old situation mean where we physically go meet the seller and get the goods. Nowadays, is it something like that? Are we physically going and making the particular sale? Now it's like this. My question is earlier you go, okay, you see the seller, okay, you just see the seller, who is the seller, and then you get the good and come. Nowadays, are we doing the same thing? Nowadays, it's not like that. No, as a person, you just take your mobile phone, you just click what are the options are there, and you can get the things done. No, are we actually in the current world doing like this? No. Why? We are not doing like that. So, market, how can you give me the definition? It's not a place we meet. It's the place, you can say in situation where buyers and sellers meet or connect. Connect belong. Why? We are not meeting. Now, physically meeting is not happening. Now, we buy a lot of things. We are mostly, mostly, I didn't say it's totally, mostly, we are not meeting physically. So, we can put market is any situation where buyers and sellers meet or connect. ඒක දාන්න පුළුවන් meet or connect. Okay, now guys, products mean what again? So products mean anything offered to the market එකට දානවා, okay, where it meets the customer needs and wants. Fine. So products mean it's offered to the market where it's satisfy the customer needs and wants. Clear ne? Okay, fine. Now there are two types of product එකට ගත්තා නම් product එකට bond, this one is there as good, another one is as service. Only two types of products offered to the market which satisfy human needs and wants. One is good, another one is product. Fine. Clear the students? One is good, another one is service. Other than that, there is nothing. Okay, now let's go for the differences in the goods and services. Now, goods, what are the differences we can say? Tangible, intangible. What is tangible? Tangible mean you can touch. Intangible mean you cannot touch. Services. Now I am giving a service here. Can you touch the service? You can touch the person, but not the service. Okay. Goods you can touch. The pen you can touch it and keep in your place. No, that is possible. Can be stored. Yeah, you take the cupboard and you can store it. Can you store a recording of mine or service that you recording, in a sense you can store the recording, the teaching of mine. As recording you can store, but other than that, the live thing I'm teaching, now what I'm saying, can you store? No. Even the service, banking service, can you store that service the person is giving? No. So any of those you can't store it. No. So service is not possible. For teaching with the recording, due to the technology they could store, but other than that it's not common for all services. Identical products. Now if you see pen mean, there might be pens which is similar way they produce. No. Is the service same? I might teach in a different way. You go for any other lecturer, they might teach in a different way. It differs based on the provider. Separatable from the producer. You go buy a pen. Do you know who's the producer even? No, you won't search about the business and who is doing and all those stuff. You just grab the pen and come. But when it comes to service, unless the service provider is there, you can't take the particular service away, right? So service provider should be there to relevantly give you the service. Did you all understand, students? Is it clear? Did you all get what I said? Okay. Students, any questions? Tell me. Did you all understand what I said? Am I clear? Okay, students. So this is the part, okay? So I don't want to drag this, okay? This was an introduction class. Like I want to make sure that you get what I am actually teaching, right? Okay, so this is the thing. So as you all know, I'm advanced level teacher for business studies English medium, okay? And teaching in the web tutor that institute, relevant institute. So currently I'm doing 2027 and 2026 classes in that institute. You all can text and get the information there. Okay. Relevantly, the paid classes too happens. I'll get you the information. Give me a minute. So for business studies 2026 and 2027 ALL batch online group classes happens. Okay. So normally now I am doing Fridays from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And the relevant thing I'm saying 2400 is the monthly payment, okay? 2400. And the relevant details you can get from the contact number that I'm providing right now. So this is the institute number. You can get access and all the recordings. Okay. So since from unit 1, even though you're joining in middle of any of the 2026 or any classes, since from the unit 1, you will get the access. So access of recordings are available. So no worries. So you can get the relevant information from this institutes. Okay. So that's the part. So 2400 was the monthly payment, and this is the contact number if you want to continue my classes. So 2027 classes second batch I'm doing. So from the first unit only I'll be starting. So if you all want, you all can join this. Okay. Fine now, students. Any questions so far? No questions. Okay then, students. Uh, then I'll end the meeting then.